Okay, hi everyone, and welcome to this week's video. Yeah, so today we are gonna make a small terrarium using this IKEA thing that I found on a trip a while ago. And yeah, it's gonna be mostly a bunch of found stuff around my house and a pretty short video. So yeah, enjoy! So for this video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making a small Mossarium using this nice IKEA jar thing that I got a while back, using different types of stones in terms of stone and brick. I mean, that's not a stone, but yeah. So using this nice stone and brick, this I used from a project a while ago, and this is just from outside my house. We have these nice magnolia leaves that are pre-dried. We have this container of dirt. Nope, that's a container of moss, which is all rehydrating right now. And then, I didn't want to bring all the dirt up here, so we have dirt. So, yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so I first off started using some screen mesh I had left over from the last terrarium project, which I didn't put in the materials list. I also didn't put in charcoal, which you'll see in a second. But I started by cutting it out a circle that fit inside the jar, which would be perfect for keeping the substrate separated from the false bottom. And then I poured in these small aquarium gravel stones that I also didn't mention because I didn't realize I was using them until I saw them, and I'm like, I'll use those. So yeah, here I'm just trying to get that mesh to fit. I am really bad at cutting it the right size because you have to cut it a set amount, and normally you do just a set amount inwards from the container or leave a small ring outside the actual dimensions. But I also don't like that sort of overlap that is left on the side because I just don't like the look of it. So after it took me, well, this took me a good while to figure out, to be honest. But once I got that set in place, I started adding the charcoal, which is going to help just filter the water and make this terrarium within itself just cleaner in a sense. And then this layer also adds a place where springtails can live and all that. Once I add those in the future, which I may or may not do depending on what I decide to do and how many springtails I get. And then I add some sphagnum moss just to help break apart the dirt from the mesh, because the mesh has holes a bit bigger than I'd like, but it's just what I had, so it's what I was using. And I just started filling it in. As I was filling it in, I kept in mind that perspective from the front that I wanted. Even though this is a cylindrical jar, this is only going to be seen from the front, so here you can see that gradient in the ground I put. And then I was trying out moss to see how my stones would fit and the best way to put in my hardscape. And the reason I'm using these tiles is because I really like that contrast between the reds and the grays in the stone, and it's really more of this like unnatural, more human interaction, or like some other creature interaction. And I started just building up around the stones as I put them in places I like. And one thing, well, you'll see it right now actually, that stone that I put in the middle there, that is what I'm calling the Whisper Stone, which I'll throw in a clip at the very end of the video about, where it's weird because these bricks were very porous, so it made a weird like humming noise when it was in the water. And I just really wanted to focus on that stone, which I called the Whisper Stone, which is where this entire idea came from. And then from there I just added moss as I thought it felt good. I really didn't want to put plants or anything in there. It's a small container as it is, and I really just wanted something really nice and peaceful, and something that was more like this foresty type opening, in where you had this like what looked like a man-made stone or some sort of ancient stone there. And then I added frog moss and sphagnum moss as the two different mosses. The frog moss was a bit more difficult to use because it really didn't fit well and it's got that longer bottom to it. But I did find a way to use in the end just to add that different texture up to the Whisper Stone. And then from there it was just a matter of cleaning it up after spraying it down and letting everything set. And then that would be it. So yeah. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video with making this tiny terrarium, or the Whisperstone Terrarium, which is what I'm going to call this. So yeah, if you guys like this, you should go share it around, and maybe some other people might get inspired to do something like this. So yeah, see you guys in the next video.